Hello everyone. If you are someone who is building voice and chat agents and don't have time to create all the versatile scenarios that you need to test your agents in production environment, we have got you covered. We have come up with a scenario and workflow builder feature which can be used to create scenarios to test your agents. Considering that you have already created your agent definition, which is actually a description of how your agent is going to work, we can create scenarios for you. I'm going to show you already created agent which I have here. This is a debt collection agent which is responsible for calling people and asking for pending debt on them. Here we also provide other contact related information, which, for example, if you have a voice agent, you will give us a contact number. Once you have an agent definition created, you can go to add scenario and create your scenarios. Once you fill in the basic information and choose the agent you want to create scenarios for, we have different we have different ways which uses your agent definition to create workflow automatically. We also have import dataset, we have upload script and SOPs. A lot of our customers have predefined SOPs and scripts which we can use to create scenarios. We also have a manual workflow creation builder which you can enable by toggling the auto generation off. I'm going to get back to this later in the video. Once you have once you have selected your agent and created the scenario, something like this is going to create on your system. As you can see, we already have few scenarios created here with different personas, situation and outcome. We also create a graph which actually denotes how your agent is going to behave. This is completely built based on the agent definition you have given, or if you have provided us with some kind of SOP or a script, we can create these graphs for you. Our workflow graphs contains conversation node, end call nodes and transfer node. Conversation node is one of the basic building block of our workflow. It is basically saying what your agent is going to speak about and whatever conversation it is going to have. We can always edit this and save the workflow so that it is used in our which can be used for a simulate flow later. We also have conditions here on each node, on each connections, which can be edited at any time if you want to basically change the conditions when you want the different nodes to get triggered. As you can see, let's go with this example. We have initial conversation node which says that you have to the agent has to introduce itself and then give some final deadline and introduce itself and ask for basically confirmation on the intention to pay or not. And depending on what the customer says, we can follow the conditions on the edges. As you can see, this condition says that the user confirms that they are an account holder and willing to talk. If we get such a customer, then we would probably want to introduce and do a verification. So this is how you can create different paths in your workflow. We also have end call. So for example, it is a wrong number, we would probably want to end call and probably with some kind of message. So that's what you can provide here in this end call. And we also have a transfer call when the agent cannot handle the conversation and might want to transfer it to a human, we will use the transfer node. Along with this transfer node, you can also provide the message which the agent would say if it wants to transfer the call to a human or any other agent as well. Once you have edited all these flows, you can always save the flow, and later when we are running the calls in our simulate flow, we would want to see deviations from this graph in whatever is happening in the actual call. When you're creating these scenarios, you can also create the workflow manually. If you're someone who really knows what workflow, if you have a predefined workflow for your agents, you can always create it on your own by clicking on create manual workflow. Here we open our builder and you can always drag end call and transfer call to create your workflow. You can connect these blocks using condition and edit this condition as well. This is all for this video. I hope you really enjoy this feature and really cuts down your time on creating scenarios and eventually testing your voice and chat agents. We are always looking for feedback, so do let us know if you can improve anything. Thanks for watching.